Hey guys, welcome back to Weeb101 and we missed out on an episode last week because we were a little busy, but we are
Yes,
back
we are
and
back.
we now have finally finished Nichijou.
Nichijou. Yes, we have
Oh
finally
shit,
finished.
Sid was supposed to say that. Sid, what did we finally
You
finish?
you've been doing this 2-3 episodes in a row, by the way. But I'll forgive you. We finally finished. Exciting drum roll.
Say,
Nichijou.
yes,
Yes,
Nichijou.
Nichijou.
And it was been quite a ride because
It,
we got a really long time to go through
Mhm.
it slowly. Maybe we should have done more series because we had a while to go through it, but
Yeah.
it shall count as us being lazy. Anyway, Nichijou. Sid,
Nichijou.
initial thoughts.
Yeah. So Nichijou was something like
Wait, one
that
sec.
I've.
We have to wait. Hold on. I'm
Oh
Bru,
yeah. Yeah, and I'm Sid. Yeah.
and here's what Nichijou is to people
Here's
who
what
don't know.
exactly. Hmm.
It's a comedy anime slash manga which tries to show the natural everyday lives of these kids and their
Exactly.
teachers, and that's all it is. It's very natural, very normal. Nothing really outstanding happens. You know, kids they get kicked out of class.
Mm-hmm.
They don't finish their homework. The principal just suplexes a deer. Yeah, that sort of stuff. They're very normal.
Normal.
So yeah, so you should check it out. It's pretty interesting. If you've checked out our Konosuba episode, which you should,
Yes.
you I think you'll and you like that. I think you'll like
You like
Nichijou
this.
as well. Nichijou
Yeah.
is pretty funny in its own way and has its moments. Anyway, Sid, initial thoughts about Nichijou.
Also, Nichijou.
Initial.
Nichijou is the mangaka is Aravi Keiichi. Just letting
Yes.
you know. But yeah. So we've been hearing, at least I've been hearing about Nichijou for a while. Everyone's been talking about like it's really popular. Like it
Yeah.
has these subgroups that say it's like the funniest manga ever and all.
Yeah.
So I was like, we were doing this episode and I was like suggesting a new thing every week. So I was like, let's try Nichijou. We never tried it out. Let's try it. And
Yeah.
I had always seen this scene. There were memes of the scene where I think Yuko goes to put the coin in the shrine in the donation box.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
scene. So that scene's been like all over the internet. Everyone talks about it. So I saw that before and I'm like, yeah, holy shit, this seems pretty funny. So I was like, let's check it out. So I
Hmm.
started watching it in the beginning, okay, and I was like, the
Hmm.
first few episodes, I was actually looking for like something like really funny that'll make me laugh. And I didn't
Hmm.
find that like in the beginning. So I was kind of like, But then as it progressed, like it got really, really funny. And
Hmm.
basically, it's basically a show combined of it's based around the lives of these three girls and like the professor and the robot, these two different
Yeah.
characters, right? But it's based on different sketches around their life. Like there are different sketches, like they have word of the day and like kako itomo umono, like things that are cool and
Yeah.
Helvetica standard. And they have these different sketches, and they have different sketches like Nichijou 1, 2, 3. So
Yeah.
it seems like each episode is a compilation of these sketches, but also follows like their lives in general.
Yeah.
And the combination of those was somehow like even the randomness of the sketches, that come up one after the other,
Yeah.
and the stories like each other, like how basically how their everyday lives, their everyday normal life, so to say, are depicted
Of course.
are like some of them are genius. I think it's very smart humor. Like it's very well written and well done. And I think big ups to Kyoto Animation also. We'll talk about that for the animation. I think it's really, really well done. Also later, like when we go down, I actually made a list of the scenes that were like the funniest to me. So we'll go through it. I don't know
Yeah.
how many I remember, but we'll see. I'll just read out what I've
Wait,
written.
wait, no, no, don't go. Let's not
Not
go
now,
there
not
right away.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I want to know about you. What do you think about? Yeah.
Okay, when I first started it, I was like, it's okay, it's fun, it's whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
it just makes me go, it's just like I'm watching it and something
Exactly.
funny happens and I'm like, or just,
Hmm.
I'm not like, ha 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 ha. But then afterwards, and Sid and I actually discussed this once in the
Yeah.
middle, and we both had the same views. And then after that, it really starts picking up its pace and really starts adding in more comedy after establishing the characters,
Yeah.
and then it gets really funny.
Oh.
There are some scenes which are like unbelievable. I wouldn't compare it to, say, One Piece or Hajime no Ippo when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
comedy, because those guys aren't like a gag comedy. Those guys have comedy in scenes where it makes sense for them in their manga.
True.
So
True.
that is a difference. So for a gag manga, this is like one of the funniest that I've
Mm-hmm.
ever seen, and it's really I enjoyed it thoroughly till the end. It was really enjoyable, really really good, well done. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of the cool things is that the author doesn't rely on. So one thing is, obviously there's some random stuff happening, like actually random stuff, but then a lot of
Very
it is
random.
it's the kids' imaginations,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just exaggerations. But she always brings back things in a very fun way. It's always like a connect back to an older episode, even though it's, as you said, it's like different skits that are merged together to
Yeah.
create episodes. But there's so many different places where they, bring back something from an old episode long ago, and it has a
Oh yeah,
presence
yeah.
in this
That is
episode.
amazing. Yeah, that is
Yeah,
true. Even in the
and
same scene, sorry, like even sometimes like the scene that follows the scene, they connect it like within
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
like, yeah. But what were you saying?
Yeah. So,
Continue.
like the one scene, I didn't even realize this, and I was doing some research before
Mm-hmm.
the podcast to see how I had to edit it. And do you remember the scene where Aoi, the Yuko goes to the coffee store, the new coffee store,
Oh
and
yeah.
she just struggles with the order, and she doesn't know what to do.
I
So
remember that.
she takes this girl with her,
Mio.
Mio with her,
Yeah.
and Mio is like perfect with
Yeah,
everything, right? And she
perfect.
just
Yeah.
does it perfectly. And Yuko's like really, really shocked, and she's like, "Wow, what the hell? How is that possible?" So then later, I don't know if the
Mm-hmm.
same episode or the next episode, but later they show Yuko go into a grocery store, a general store in Japan,
Yeah.
and she sees a chicken stick or something,
Mm-hmm.
and then she tells out the whole name for the to
Oh
the guy
yeah.
to get it, and then he's like, "Give me a break," and she runs out crying, and I was like, I don't understand this. Did she run out crying because she's
Yeah.
rude to her? And then I realized, okay, nobody actually says the whole name. They just say, "I want a chicken bar, a
Yeah. I
spicy
wanted.
chicken bar,"
Mm-hmm.
and then this is like her trying to show off that she can do what Neo
Exactly.
could.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
god, that
yeah.
was
I
a
think
really, really
that's
good.
yeah, those subtle things are like really genius. I
Yeah,
really like that. Even there's one scene, it's not as far as you, but remember, so I think it's who's there was the really young girl who practices like kendo, I think,
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah,
Mio's sister.
yeah,
And
yeah,
finally, and they're walking together, and she's like, finally, I can hit her because she's a prodigy.
yeah,
And she hits
yeah,
the teacher, and like the
yeah.
cycle goes ahead.
Yep,
And
yep.
later in one scene, with the ice cream, they're talking about like positivity. Like
Yeah,
she drops her meat bun, and he's like, "Oh, be
yeah, yeah,
positive, you
yeah,
can pick it up." And in the end, she drops the ice cream, and then the
yeah, yeah.
cycle comes
No,
through.
yeah, yeah.
Like that stuff is like really genius. Yeah, I really
Yeah, I
like
mean,
those scenes.
even the old man who keeps coming up regularly, I
The
like
one,
that guy.
which
Uh,
one?
the old man with the hat and the suit.
Oh yeah. That guy is funny. Yeah,
Yeah,
even
he comes up all the time.
he comes up all the time. Yeah, there are these characters who like, it's very well planned. Even
Yeah, that it is very well
it's
planned.
like planned randomness. I don't know if that makes sense. That's what I would
Yeah,
say. It seems random, but everything is it's very smart. Even like the timing of the jokes and everything. I think it's like perfectly done for it to work out like that.
yeah, that it is.
You'll be able to talk. I don't know. I haven't read as much manga. I don't know how much you have read, but I don't know if you can talk about the timing in the manga compared to the anime. I don't know, but.
No, the timing in the manga, I think, it leaves a lot to the imagination, because the
Mm-hmm.
timing in the manga becomes timing in your, like, according to you.
Yeah,
So, like, if
exactly.
you and I are going to have different timings in the manga,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to have different sound effects in our head and different noises in our head, different, everything is going to be different, so it's not going to
Yeah,
be the same. So I think the anime brings together all of that, and they're like, okay, here's the best version we could make of this entire thing. What do you think? And I think it was beautifully done. Like,
yeah.
even the this thing, one of the early ones where Mio is trying to hide her drawing, and she runs out
Mm-hmm.
of the classroom,
Oh,
and Yuko
dude.
chases her like Yuko grabs a book and runs out, and
That
Mio
scene.
chases her, and she they go everywhere. They show really detailed
Oh,
anime
dude.
feet,
Yeah. Like
running
full
with the proper
Sakuga. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
And then the next scene you can see Mio's legs just going in circles as she's running,
Eh.
and then after she starts running on the wall, and all that
Oh
stuff
yeah, she
happens,
starts going. Yeah, exactly. I
and
think
all
it's
that.
like this. Like I think in such scenes, like we'll talk about it more in detail, but sound plays like such an important part. Like they've played with sound so beautifully.
Yeah,
Like, cause.
that was my point. Like the
Mhm.
anime, it was enjoyable, but then in the manga, it was like really, really good because there's so much more in the anime than the manga because you have those sound effects,
Yeah.
you have that, you have the voice actors trying their best to show what is going on.
Geniuses. Yeah, holy shit. The voice acting was like top level, dude. Like,
Spot on, beautiful.
yeah, the way
Voice
they
acting
did
was just
it, it's
beautiful.
really well done. Because I don't really enjoy like, like gag stuff, right?
Yeah,
And random funny stuff, but this I really enjoyed because it it's like we talked about, it seems like this, but it's very well laid out, planned out, scripted comedy that
yeah.
is like cloaked in this like random this thing. But yeah, dude, like I think it's a very good show and people should definitely watch it. If you're listening this far and you haven't seen it, you should stop and watch the whole thing and come back. Yeah.
Yeah, you should. Only
Hmm.
26 episodes, so it's fun.
Yeah, it's small. We didn't find out if it's reached the manga or not, right?
Yeah,
We don't know
we
that yet,
haven't.
right?
Yeah, we don't know. Is
Okay.
the manga ongoing though?
I have no idea if the manga is because we just started watching that. I read, I think around 2 3 chapters of the manga, and then I started watching the anime again, and then I just got hooked onto the anime, which I finished. The thing is,
Oh,
I wanted to spend more time watching the anime
hmm.
because it seemed like these small like nuggets, the episodes that I want to nicely watch and enjoy. It's not something I want to binge watch because I don't think it'll be as fun for me to binge watch than like watch like a few episodes a day and like enjoy the humor. But I think that's how I saw it. I saw a few episodes a day and I really liked it. Yeah. I think that was the best way for me to
Yeah,
watch it.
I binged it and it was fun.
Hmm.
Okay, the 10th and final Nichijou manga volume was released on 10th December 2015.
Oh wow, so it's been there for a while. Yeah. We are late to the game, I guess.
Yeah, we are very late to the game.
Yeah. But now at least we know. At least we
Yep.
know. At least we've read it. Uh what do you want to talk about next? Do we talk about the scenes?
Sure. What do you have saved up so
Okay.
far? I too shall has take my trusty
Oh
book
nice.
and I shall go through
Check.
all the screenshots that I have because I saved a
Hmm.
lot of them.
Yeah, I have a lot of screenshots. We put up a lot of images of things that we're talking about like in post,
Yes.
like, but we'll also talk. So I have some general things also I observed about this are funny. First, let can we talk about the use of weapons in
Yes.
Nichijou? I wrote that. Like the situations in which weapons are used, right, are mostly of like embarrassment, right?
Yeah.
Mostly Yuko and who's the other girl that's likes the likes
Tachibane
Misato.
Misato.
Oh, holy shit. Tachibana Misato. Damn. Yeah. I'm surprised you remember that.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, both of them only use weapons like when they're embarrassed, right, with the guy. And the
Yeah.
way it like progresses, from like small SMGs to full on rocket launchers and grenade launchers.
Yeah.
Like, my God, that's next level. Like, that really cracked me up. And do you know in the end when when they become that green tank and full on, do you
Yeah.
remember that with the this
Yeah,
thing?
yeah,
And then
yeah.
it shoots like little balls.
Yeah.
That shit.
The weapons are all insane.
Yeah, the weapons are insane, and they've used them at like really good places. I think that works very well. And second, so the second thing I've written that I observe was like I like the. So some people say that Nichijou, like the concept, is based on like Japanese stand-up comedy. I haven't
Yeah.
seen a lot of Japanese stand-up comedy. I don't know about it, so I'm not gonna confirm or deny that. But just putting it
Okay.
out there because that's what I've heard. But I did like some of the Japanese jokes, like when the principal goes to that old guy. I think he was the ex-principal or something, and he
Yeah,
sees
yeah,
like the straw voodoo doll
yeah,
in
yeah,
the second, and he's like, holy shit, what is that? Is that a voodoo doll? Like, what are you gonna do to me? And he confronts him about it, like, oh, what are you carrying there? And then he shows this like the straw case in which they used to carry natto, in which they carry
Yeah,
natto.
yeah.
It's just shaped like a doll. That was very funny gag. I enjoyed that also. That was in my list.
I mean, the vice principal and principal gags were like pretty cool.
Yeah, those were pretty
Till
cool.
the end, those were pretty
Hmm,
cool.
hmm, hmm.
And
Uh,
even the vice principal's sad ass life aside from his school,
oh,
because
dude.
he's alone and only his daughter comes to
Yeah,
visit him with his
yeah, yeah, yeah.
grandson, and his
He's like,
grandson makes him eat shit every time.
and his wig is always like, his hair is always like rearranged in weird ways. Have you
Yeah,
seen that? That's
yeah.
very funny. Yeah, he's a very interesting character. I'm gonna read out the scenes, but if you have anything you remember, any scene, if you want to add, you can just interject. Okay, like
Hi,
add.
hi.
Then I talked. Oh, I wrote my favorite, one of my favorite scenes
Which is?
when the what's his name? I'll just see names because I have the wiki open.
Oh,
Nakanojo, the guy with the mohawk.
yeah,
I told you about this a lot when he goes up in the mountain to meet
yeah,
that old lady. And he's like, who do you want to meet? Soap. He's like, second this. And then like the lady talks in like this weird voice. He's like,
yeah.
Mike this. Do that shit. I lost my mind over that shit. Like I couldn't hold it. I watched that again and again, like 5, 6 times, and I think that's the first time I was like actually like laughing out loud, like properly while watching it. I
My
think
God.
that is one of my top scenes. So I don't know why. It's just because the randomness and the way she speaks, like her voice.
Yeah,
I don't understand. It's just because of that and his reaction, because he's like, I want to meet Soap.
yeah.
And he's like, I'm Soap, yes, Mike test. Like, such a response. I never expected that.
Yeah, and also he's all worried about her being unhealthy and looking frail,
Yeah,
and then he
yeah,
looks and
yeah.
he's like, "What? He's eating McDonald's."
Yeah, exactly. That I think like skits like that I really love. That was really funny. And
Okay,
then
okay, wait. Speaking of
yeah.
skits like that, do you
Hmm.
remember the skit where the other little girl, she's like, "Oh, they have a bamboo straw noodle. This thing, you know."
Bamboo?
Uh, is my Discord dead? I think my Discord is dead. Oh, Sid's Discord is dead.
Both got stuff.
Sid San, your Discord has died. Till then, I shall entertain all of you. Exhibit A. This. You see, I don't know if you can see their expressions, but I put it up on post anyway, so I'm not going to show you the whole thing. But if you take a look behind, that's Nichijou. That's one of the posters. That's Yuko. That's Mio, and that's Mai. And that is actually a pretty funny gag, where is Mai is holding out hand out like this as a joke to get the teacher's attention, and Yuko is losing her shit because she's like, "How the hell are you doing this?" And that's actually how the entire episode goes. Mai keeps doing different things, and Yuko is just like, "Oh, I will not say anything. I will not say anything. I will not react to her jokes." And in the end, she does, and she starts screaming, and then she gets sent out of class, and then she gets really, really happy because you know she has found her purpose in life. And it all starts with Mai wearing two pairs of glasses, one like this and one like this, and she wears two glasses, and then she sits around, goes down to the floor, and she looks for her glasses while wearing both pairs of glasses, and that drives Yuko crazy. It's very fun. You guys should watch Nichijou. While we wait for Sid to come back, let me tell you some more enamoring stories about me and Nichijou. I don't know any more stories, so I shall just point back and tell you stories about my stuff. Anyway, that's an old laptop. That's an even older monitor. If you look there, you can see. You can't really see him, but that's Kid from One Piece. That's Law from One Piece. You can't see him either. That's Boa Hancock. My Boa Hancock's like turning the wrong way. Hold on, I'm sorry. Now I shall continue the podcast with Boa instead of Sid. So how does that go? Hello, Boa. How are you? Like, yeah, I am fine. Like, what did you think of Nichijou? Oh, I thought it was great. I see. That's very good to know. Okay, that's all. I just have a Boa Hancock limited edition figurine and I just want to show it off. What? And yeah, I have my ace over there, and that's Luffy's granddad Gar, and that's the Tasmanian Devil, and I have Charmander behind that. That's my one. That's my one Naruto poster, and I have a Gudetama. If you don't know Gudetama, check it out. He goes Gudetama, and I have my Luffy figurine right over there. Customizable hats and faces. Never actually removed it out of the box, though I don't want to. It'll probably.
Hello.
So, oh, Sid's back.
Yeah, sorry.
Sid, we were doing this episode without you, and you happened to come back. I see.
Oops, I guess I'm back. You're recording, right? You didn't stop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about the scene with the little girl who does kendo.
Yeah. So the little girl who does kendo, she sees that the park has this bamboo flowing noodles, and she goes over there, and then the flowing noodles turned out to be one bamboo with a little bit of flowing noodles coming out. And then she gets used chopsticks, and then the next one she's waiting for it, and it's just like uncooked noodles. It's like how much hot water do you think we have?
I remember that.
And then her husband comes back and says, "Oh, I tried finding the best flowing noodles of all, and I couldn't find it." And then they forgive each other, start crying, and then this poor girl is there like, "Do I get any noodles?" And that guy is like, "Listen, just be like a flowing noodle and flow away, far away."
And dude, she also comes down the thing to meet
Yeah,
the husband. Yeah, that was like the first time when I saw like the uncooked like noodles come down. I lost it. Yeah, that shit was funny. That scene was funny. I have it written here also. Yeah, dude,
Okay.
that was one of the best. Even I have the running one written that we talked about, the running scene, which was amazing.
Which one?
The one where they're chasing each other on the second episode. The
Oh,
drawing,
yeah.
he takes the etchy drawing. Yeah. Okay, I have this word written that I don't know which scene I'm talking about,
My
but
God.
I just wrote bald.
And maybe you're talking about when the Mohawk guy goes bald because he's standing there
Oh,
with the
no.
Mohawk. He gets caught.
No,
in the
dude,
trap.
it's about. No, I remember. It's much earlier. It's about my. So when she's like doing random stuff in class, and she goes like behind, and then she's doing this, and she's like
I was
just.
actually telling people about while you were gone. I was talking to the camera, and I was saying I have my laptop has the photo of Mai going like this.
Oh,
So that's the same episode. So she wears two glasses, and then she starts looking for her glasses.
Exactly.
And Yuko is trying her best not to say anything, and then in the end, and if you notice that in that scene when she becomes bald, the principal is walking up in the background, and then he comes back like
he's just staring. Yeah, I remember that. I mean, that scene was amazing. She randomly takes off her hair. I had to write that. That cracked me up, definitely. It's one of the many scenes that cracked me up. Then I wrote about the rock, paper, scissors skits, the small skits, a few seconds, the transitional skits.
Yeah.
Those were really funny and
it really makes you think, how many modifications does Nano have to her body?
Yeah, I know, right? It's really and this was a lot more in the beginning, the rock, paper, scissors, and towards the end it only happens once, right, where she does it perfectly. But it's randomly like a rocket and like random things coming.
Yeah.
Like that those skits were nice. Then I wrote Audi cockroach relate. I don't know why I wrote that. Maybe I want to bring up a point.
There's only one thing with the cockroach. It's where she captures the
Nano,
cockroach.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Nano captures the cockroach, and then she's figuring out how to throw it out. Then she thinks she should spray it with something, and then she's like, "No, that won't work." And she's scared that it'll fly, so she doesn't want to do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
And then she gets Sakamoto to come in, and Sakamoto is like, "I'm not gonna do that shit."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Okay, I'll take care of the cockroach. It's not a problem." And then she doesn't lift it, and in the end, The professor comes and
The
hugs her, and
professor.
she falls back and just flies out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No wonder I said Audie because Audie is also disgusted by cockroaches like
Yeah,
they were, especially flying ones.
yeah,
Hmm. Then I wrote like the other of the this thing. Yuko was making the Japanese puns. I wrote those were funny.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah.
one
That was
she was
funny.
talking about the 10 key keyboard, and then she says tenki, which means
Yeah,
weather.
weather. Yeah,
And then the Mukadeva, Mukatte Kurunoka, like why did the centipede return? But like I
yeah,
wrote down these clever Japanese, which were very funny. But oh, this is one of my favorite scenes, the next one. I think you remember this. It's so well done, like the cinematography and the timing and the expressions, the editing, the cutting, the elevator scene. Do you remember the elevator
yep,
scene?
yep, yep,
Dude,
yep.
that was so well done. Like that's again one of the best scenes, right?
Yeah, and
It's
it's a very memed about scene from
yeah.
Nichijou.
Yeah, it's like basically three of them are stuck in an elevator, and the scene is showing how time passes in the elevator, right? It's
Yeah,
basically them trying to
and they're
them
all talking about how they're gonna die.
yeah, they are talking about how they're gonna die, and they have these bizarre like cuts, like these different transitions of close-ups, full shots, like the room.
Yeah,
They have like these thousand different types of camera shots coming in one after the other, and there's like this, and they have. The characters always have this weird, they get this weird expression of like these circular eyes and this straight
yeah, yeah,
nose, that
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah, so they usually switch to that. And even with the music, with like the suspense music and all, I think like it's just a beautiful scene to watch. I was just admiring how well the scene was made at that point.
yeah, and the way they start laughing afterwards, and the
Oh
way they
yeah, the
cover
way they
everything
go
up and
crazy. Yeah,
yeah.
dude. See, that's what like we'll
And
talk.
in the end, Mai is just like, I am paralyzed.
Yeah, she was just lying like that. The see, this one makes sense. Like we'll see in a lot of other scenes, like they actually take like real life situations and like how you feel in them and like
Yeah,
exaggerate it to an extent, like to be funny. But they actually do take a lot of like it's not all random like surreal stuff that doesn't happen. There's a lot that
yeah,
actually you feel the way they did, in that scene. You're like,
yep,
because
yep,
time just keeps you have no sense of how fast time just is the slowest thing when you're stuck somewhere, right? Because you're just
yeah.
there forever. So that scene was really well done. Then the mosquito scene, I think, is the one where she was trying to kill the mosquito. They say
Yes, oh,
that,
I
and a
love that scene.
mosquito just passed in front of
My
me.
God.
But yeah, what were you
No, I
saying?
love that scene. That scene is beautiful.
Yeah, it's very relatable also because we have a lot of mosquitoes here in Mumbai,
Yeah,
and we usually do go around the house trying to kill them.
yeah. And
But
people do shout at us for making
hmm,
noise. But my God, that was just beautiful. Like, she comes in, her mom comes in, like, Mom, we got a shift. And then she's like, then her mom comes to her and is like, Psh, and it's like, 1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah,
5.
yeah,
Uh,
that was amazing. Yeah, that's a scene that really stood out. I had to write down. Then
yeah, that was a beautiful scene.
I wrote Nagashi Somen, which you talked about the flowing
Yeah.
noodles. Dude, this was a short scene, but I really liked it. I really liked how like clever it was. It's I don't know if you remember. So they're at the sushi bar,
Yeah.
and the guy like he gives the sushi, and then you see his hand, and he has like these really long, beautiful nails, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sushi vendor. This was so random and so funny. I really liked how this fell because you don't expect it's just and they have a lot of these random transitional shots of random things. Like people standing in elevators, walking by,
Yeah, yeah.
cycling. So I thought it's another scene like that. Is just at the sushi bar, he's handing sushi, and then we see like these glittery, sparkly, like long pink nails on the guy. I lost it that time. That scene was. Do you remember that?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Yeah, that was a good scene. Then
Isn't it the same guy who's also like, okay, so you that guy asked for this guy asked for that, then he looks up, he's like, I forgot.
yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
that the
it is.
same guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it is that guy. Yeah, that was very funny. I remember that. Uh, the next one was the Atsui Atsui Natsui Natsui. I
Yeah,
think I
yeah,
told
yeah,
you about
yeah.
this. He keeps saying
That was
Atsui
funny.
Atsui, which means like hot, and then he starts saying Natsui, and like Natsui in Japanese means like summer, so he like says another version of that. it's
Yeah, basically his
the,
friend is telling him to
yeah,
stop saying
exactly.
Natsui, so he starts saying
He starts
Natsui.
saying Natsui. There's a lot of Japanese wordplay in this, which is it's properly explained in the subtitles also, so I don't think you'll have
Yeah,
problem understanding. But I really like those things. And one thing I could relate to, there was a section of the things that are cool. There was a
yeah,
things that
yeah,
are cool sketch where they show the crazy ball. They call it something else, but you remember
yeah,
the
yeah,
crazy ball? We used
yeah.
to play with it.
Yep, yep, yep.
A small ball that like bounces like hell, like it bounces so high and like
Yeah,
forever. And like the way you saw them playing with it, and the way it went so far, and like you could relate to it, right? Because
yeah,
that's how
of
you
course.
felt as a kid.
Yeah. And you
So
can actually relate to a few more of those things because just things they find
yeah.
cool. I found most of those cool as well.
Yeah, exactly. That is true. But I had to write because the crazy ball was a important part of my. I used to have a lot of that. I used to basically throw it around my room, and me and my brother would be like, "Who's the first one who's going to catch it?" And he used
Oh
to
my
just
god.
bounce around like crazy, and we
Yeah.
try to catch it. Yeah, that was cool.
That was
Then
all the physical activity we had growing up.
yeah, obviously. Oh, dude, the amusement park scene. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
That
You're talking
was
about Yuko, right?
yeah, Yuka when Mio loses her wallet.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
Oh my god.
that it's so well done, right?
The
Like
way her face looks
the way
through
her
that
face
episode.
and the whole music, the sad, depressing music, and
Yeah.
like the sepia tone
Fun
over the
and the fun things that are happening around her.
yeah.
It's just
Every ride,
comical
she's
as
just
hell.
she's just
She
like
just
sitting, like it's see these are it's like it's so well done. I don't know what to like. I don't know how to describe these things because it's basically it's I usually much a lot of Japanese comedy. I don't understand it, like stuff
yeah.
I've seen, because I don't know, because of the language barrier, and it's different. People understand and laugh at different things because comedy is very localized in some places. And I usually watch comedy in English, so the wordplay matters there. But I think this was like the first show where it actually cracked me up. I actually understood Japanese comedy because I don't even watch a lot of Japanese comedy movies. Do you?
Not
No,
at all.
right?
No.
Yeah, I think this was our first.
Yeah. But
Uh,
it was a very fun one.
yeah,
Okay,
it
what
was a
other
fun
scenes
one.
do you have?
Oh, dude, I can go on for a while, but I'll talk. Oh, I want to talk about the this thing. I don't know if you noticed. So do you know Nano's shirt where
Yeah.
there was a ghost and Obake was written with the ghost, the white ghost that she
I don't
used to
remember
wear.
that specifically.
Yes, if you look at it, it looks like it reminded me of Punpun's mother for some reason.
Oh my god.
The hands look like Punpun's mother's boobs that always hang like that, and the face looked like her beak. So I was like, "Yo, what is this reference? Is that Punpun's mother on her shirt?" Then I was
I
like,
don't think so.
"No, it's not." Then I saw the OBK. I'm like, "Oh, it's a ghost shirt." Yeah, because it reminded me of that. It's just a random thought that I thought I'd tell you
Oh my
about.
god. Yeah,
It
I mean, there have been a couple of times even I've been reminded of Pun Pun because they have like fucked up figures like that, right? Like Pun Pun, they have like random things in between transitions and in random
yeah, yeah.
parts of the show. So I was like, ah.
Yeah, they do have a lot of that, but it's and also this thing the yakisoba, that was another good joke where she asked for
Oh yeah, yeah,
yakisoba
yeah,
and
yeah,
he gets
yeah.
the
She
mackerel.
gets, yeah, she gets the mackerel instead of the
Yeah.
pan fried noodles.
Hmm.
Yes.
Dude, the you saw how everything is named like Daifuku burger,
Yeah,
Daifuku
yeah,
this
yeah,
in the
yeah,
whole town. And you
yeah,
remember the Daifuku at the stall, the guy where they make you wear the big like mochi,
yeah,
the
yeah,
mochi hello, the mochi mask. Those scenes were funny. Even the when the buff guy comes with like the tiger or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
something mask, wolf, I
He's
forgot which animal it is. And then
and
he's
the
like,
buff guy is like dancing. He's like, please don't do that. He's talking. He's like, please don't do
yeah,
that. And
please
in
don't
the
do
end, he
that.
just like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, and then he's like, "What the hell are you going to do?" And he's like, "Now you talk. Can you please talk to me?" Because he stops replying to him afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So,
then they have a full non-verbal communication scene
yeah,
after that.
they have full nonverbal. Then there are others, but the card house, the the gun in the book. Do you remember the scene where she's traveling to this small town and she's like, I've been searching for this book for a while.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah,
Helvetica
yeah,
standard.
yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
she goes to his library,
Oh my
takes out
god,
this one, and there's a fucking gun in it. That shit was unexpected. See,
it was
like,
really unexpected. I was
yeah,
like, what the hell?
yeah,
And it's like it blue balls you because you're like, yes, oh
exactly.
yes, such a sad story. Oh, you finally found the
Yeah,
book. I'm so happy.
there's
And then it's like a gun.
there's so much build up that they create for it.
Yeah,
And even the scene, it's so beautifully made with this music, like this girl, like just on a journey to find something,
yeah.
like leaving away everything at home, and then goes and then they're like, Jibate. They're like, Gigi,
Yep,
here
finds
you
a
go, a
fucking
gun.
gun.
Well, but yeah, it makes sense, but it also doesn't make sense. Maybe
Yeah, I
that's
know, right?
maybe that was what she was looking for in the end. Also,
It sounds like some dark suicide joke. I'm not sure.
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
The when Yuko goes to town, she goes to that other town to meet Mio,
Oh
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
train,
yeah,
and
yeah,
she's like, after a series of unfortunate, she always keeps asking those statues.
yeah. Excuse me, statue, statue, statue. Yeah, and then the girl starts laughing
Yeah,
at
the
the
girl
Kengo
is
girl.
following her throughout and laughing. Yeah, dude. The series of unfortunate incidents that she has throughout, even when she's like trying to leave the train, right? She's
Yeah,
standing on the wrong side, and then
yeah.
and like even she tells that old
Okay,
lady to
okay.
sit.
I
Yeah,
genuinely thought
yeah.
she was going to get stuck in the train because she was standing there and she was
Yeah,
not going to turn around and go out.
yeah, exactly. I thought that too. It was from the beginning, right? Because she's like, even the old lady, she's like, please, and the old lady is like, no, sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were very well done. And what else do I have written? The book slam. Oh, do you remember the book slam? I
Book
think
slam?
Yuko is talking to Mio in class, and then the teacher just slams the book on her head, and there's like this transition of book slams
Oh.
again and again and again, like in
Yeah, 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 yeah.
dude. That was so well done. I really liked watching that. Like it went on forever. It seemed like like
Yeah, that was
the
a little
same
annoying. That
sound.
was
Yeah,
the amount of time it went on was
it
annoying.
was. I think yeah, it almost seemed like half the episode.
But then it was like a psychedelic trip at the
It
same
was a
time.
psych. Holy shit! It was a psychedelic trip. Different colored backgrounds, different angles
Yeah.
kept coming from a zooming in, zooming out. That was really a bizarre scene, and it didn't even lead up to much. It was just I don't know
Yeah.
what was the reason for that because he just hits him and like pay attention or something. He says
Yeah, yeah.
that
But
was
they were just exaggerating the shock of the hit, I must say.
yeah
It was
they
very well done. I
they
liked it.
exaggerated a lot. Yeah. Then I
And then what else
have
have you had?
the two temple scenes. You know which
Oh
ones?
yeah, both ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just talk. Can you describe them for the people?
Okay. Okay, so this is difficult. I mean,
Yeah.
talking about Nichijou, I realize is very
It's
difficult
very
because
difficult. Yeah, because you
you
need to
need to
watch it.
watch it to
Yeah.
understand the humor.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, these girls are in a shrine and they're like talking about how the day is good and all that, and then they end up falling in rain. Like rain starts falling all around them. In
Yeah.
fact, that is one of the days Yuko does her homework, if I'm not wrong. I think that's the thing.
She
Like
does
she's
the
proud of doing her
sculpture. Yeah, she
yeah,
makes the
yeah, the sculpture,
sculpture.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they get caught in rain and the sculpture gets destroyed, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So they sit in a shrine and they think they're safe in the shrine.
Yeah.
And Yuko goes and is about to toss a coin to the shrine and that falls and just starts going away and it's gone forever. Then the bell falls as she hits it, and then a lot of shit happens. And then
Yeah.
in the end, they do something and the entire arc over there
The
just
gate
falls down.
falls. Yeah,
The
yeah,
gate
yeah.
falls straight down, and the priest comes there. He's like, "What have you done to my shrine?" It's hilarious if you
And
watch it
throughout the
because
whole
each
scene,
one,
like they have the same expression, like even when they're
yeah,
going, like they're just sitting like that, hopeless, like not
yeah,
giving a shit about anything. Yeah. But those
that,
that scene is like the highlight. I'd seen it before also. And I didn't the second temple scene where the Nakanojo, I think his name is. Yeah, Nakanojo. Oh yeah, that is the one. Yes. They had that face. And when Nakanojo goes to the priest, because he has this thing, right? I want to be a
yeah.
scientist. I don't
I want to
believe
be
in
a
spirits.
scientist. I don't believe in ghosts. I want to see how someone can find
Yeah.
ghosts. And
And
then
he keeps
and then he
talking.
pretends to be a ghost. He pretends to
Yeah.
be possessed. and then he keeps doing random shit, and then starts
The
destroying
train,
the
the train
shrine.
imitation.
Yeah,
I lost my mind during the train imitation, dude. He keeps
yeah,
running round and round.
and then he destroys so much of the
Yeah.
temple, and this guy's like, get out. In fact, when he first goes
He
there, he gives
first
him some
goes,
headache pills or
yeah,
something,
yeah,
right?
yeah. He's like, oh no. He's like, it's like I feel choked. I'm feeling choked. And he's like, here, take these cough
Take
pills.
these.
And he's like, what the fuck? He's like, no, I actually feel choked. And he's like, please leave me alone. Go away. And he says something like that. He's like, yo, this guy doesn't believe me. It's hard to convince him. And then
Yeah, I
he's
have to
like,
convince him that I am
yeah,
possessed.
yeah, yeah, dude. That elevates like at the next level, but it doesn't
Yeah, yeah,
elevate.
that goes from 0 to 100
Yeah, that
real
goes from
quick.
zero to. But the best elevation of the scene, I think, this towards the end, one of the classic scenes, the dog
Yeah.
bite,
Oh yeah,
the dog
man.
bite towards the end. That is, I think the professor and the cat Sakamoto, they're
Yeah,
walking,
yeah.
right?
They're stuck over there. Yeah.
Hmm. And then those guys come and he's like, oh, dog. He's like, no, the dog won't bite. See? And then and then the minute the dog instantly bite. Like, it happens with like perfect timing. You'll need to watch this
Yeah.
to like understand it. But if you've seen it,
It's
you can
like the dog,
definitely
but the dog
relate.
won't
Yeah. And then like the dude, she goes Super Saiyan after that. That's how I can
Yeah, she
describe that
goes.
scene.
And then Mio is like,
Yeah.
oh, what are you doing, Yuko? It's not that bad, and bites her at the ankle. Oh my god.
Dude, you have you realized the other dog that comes and puts the leg, like,
Yeah, yeah.
always comes when something really bad happens to
Bad
Yuko.
happens.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah. That.
I was wondering why. I never understood why. I
Yeah.
thought it was like some type of dog that does that, where it's like supposed to be a loyal dog that comes at
Yeah.
certain times. But apparently, it just comes whenever things get bad. It's basically the real life version of Absol.
Oh yeah, real life, that makes sense what you said. I lost you for a while. I was like, Absol.
And it comes and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
and then it brings its little pup along with it when Yuko is with someone else. I forgot who.
Even I forgot earlier. There are so the sketches we're describing are like half of them. There are so many that are hilarious.
There's
I
so
could,
many.
and there are some that you'll also talk about. But
I
the random bug spray, I noticed, there's a fly and they like use the spray and there's like it like gets slammed into the wall with like cracks and
yeah,
everything. That
yeah,
transitional
yeah.
scene was cool. And the last scene where like this is the last on my list where like Mio sees Sasahara with the Tachibana
Oh
Misato.
my
That betrayal
god.
run, dude, that is
Yes, that run
legendary.
was insane. Insane run.
I can't imagine how someone would plan that. Can you describe how much ever you can? Because I won't be able to do justice to this.
Okay, so
Yeah,
basically, can I show it here? The
yeah,
girl with
sure.
the blue hair, she sees that the guy she has a crush on is holding hands with another girl,
Yeah,
which is a misunderstanding in the first place. Like, that itself was a misunderstanding. But she thinks they're dating, and then she turns and just runs out, like, just runs through the school hallway. And the girl with the brown hair chases her, the light brown
yeah,
hair. She chases her, and then suddenly the blue haired girl, that's Mio, she takes a turn and jumps out through the window. And then Yuko chases her, and Yuko keeps chasing her. And then afterwards, now Mio is not an athletic person, but
yeah.
she goes around. What's it called? What's that bar called? Like, it's like a
The
push up,
pull-up bar. Yeah,
pull
yeah.
up
She
bar.
takes three
And then
six.
she starts rotating on it vertically like this, and then high jumps off the school fence and lands on the other side.
Yeah,
And Yuko climbs over it slowly and starts chasing her. Then she starts shadow boxing in the middle of the street and,
yeah. She
gets a
does.
crowd because she's good apparently.
Dude, those are all callbacks. Like the high jump is a callback to the high jump scene.
Yeah,
The
this is
shadow boxing is
yeah,
there's a corkscrew that she does to her
yeah,
sister.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it continues after that, right?
Yeah, and then she starts running more. She carries an old lady on her
Yeah,
back and then drops her off because she's running that fast.
yeah,
Then she decides to run on the train tracks for some reason, and Yuko chases her, and there's a train about to hit them, and it's a train coming from the other side. So the trains go like this, and they are in between both the trains, running side by side. And then finally she jumps into a river,
Yeah, and
swims
starts
to the
swimming.
other side, saves a boy while she's doing it, and then it
Yeah.
turns out that the boy was saved by was coming to be saved by a policeman, and he's really thankful that they saved him. And the guy who saw her shadow boxing, he comes and he's like, I saw you shadow
Yeah.
boxing. I think you should enter
You
the
should
world
enter
of
the world.
boxing.
Yeah, I can
Would
turn
you
you.
come down to my gym after once you're free? Which I feel like is a reference to Ashta no Joe. I'm not sure why.
Okay, probably. I'm not
Because
sure. Yeah.
because in Ashta no Joe, Joe stumbles over this guy. I forgot the guy's name, the trainer,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
who's a hobo in the park. And then he gets pissed off, and then Joe knocks him out, and then he gets really impressed, and he's like, "Please come into the
That
world
is
of boxing."
true.
Your knock
Yeah.
was very. So I think it's like a
It may
reference. I'm
be,
not
yeah,
sure though.
probably. It sounds like, but even the policeman is from before that he encountered because
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like, "Oh, it's you, girl."
dude. Even that scene was beautiful.
Yeah,
The
that scene
policeman
was,
scene
dude.
where
That
he's just like, it starts off with her going, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then she comes down and she's like 5,
yeah, I know,
and then
right?
she sees Yuko having it, and then she holds her leg and flips her over.
Yeah, I remember that clip.
And then she sees that the goat has her drawing, and then
Oh.
she does the same thing to the goat.
Dude,
Oh my God.
that goat though, like, come on.
Yeah, that goat.
That goat
the
played-
goat was like the MVP of every arc.
Yeah, like Sasara used to come in and like Sasara was a very interesting character. He used to
Very
drink like
interesting
milk
character.
tea with his like in a
Yeah.
fancy teacup, and he used to come riding on a goat. And he had
Yep,
that like
and he-
servant of his with like the powdered wig and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, like the characters are so well planned.
Even in the second last episode, I think,
Mhm.
not last or second last, where this woman is like, shit. Yeah, where his glasses are broken by
Mhm.
Tachibana.
Oh yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, and then she guides him everywhere. Then he's like, I have to go to the restroom, and she's like, "What? I can't guide you there." And he's like, "Oh, these are just for
These
show."
are just
And I
for
was-
show.
It reminded me of Megumin from Konosuba because she's like, "Oh, this is the
Oh.
seal to all my powers." He's like, "Really?" He's like, "No, it's for show."
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That actually does. That is a similar joke that they make. But this guy Sasara drags it on throughout literally the whole show,
Yeah.
and you randomly find out in the end. But
My God.
what a show! Any other scenes?
Okay.
I think there are some
Yes.
that you want to talk about.
This is I already showed it, but this is the scene where the
Yeah.
shrine is breaking down. This expression is there throughout. They
Mhm.
only use this. Okay. And then, do you remember the scene where Mio is drawing manga and she needs help?
Oh,
from
dude.
Mai,
Yeah. Oh,
and-
definitely. Yeah, I remember that
and,
scene.
and Yuko screws up the drawing and she doesn't know what to say.
She spills ink over it,
writes
right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then she puts a white over
Yeah.
and then she redraws it and she gets this.
I remember that. That was a third version, I think. After
Yeah.
trying, dude, that was.
This is what she drew and tried to make it look normal. And this was something like I just saw this. Do you know what is written over here?
Oh yeah. I did. It was under the guy's cap, right? One for
Yeah,
all
it
for
was
one. Yeah.
Under a guy's cap.
Mhm.
It's the one for all for one, which I thought was a reference.
Yeah. Dude.
I don't know if you remember this scene. This scene was great. Where the cup falls upside
Oh,
down. The cup
yeah.
from the vending machine falls upside down.
And they have
And then-
time to like turn it, but
Yeah,
he's
they
like,
had
no.
time to turn it, but he's just staring at it.
Yeah.
And then it collects in this little bit, and then he takes that.
He
and he's like,
takes a sip.
yes.
Yeah, that I remember those. Those are good scenes, dude.
Yeah, I also like this art style when they get serious.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
This is what they look like when they get serious. It's pretty fucking good. I should put all this up in editing.
We'll
as
put
well.
all that up. Yeah.
Okay, I'm missing a couple, but
Mhm.
do you remember the science teacher who was also who I think might be my favorite character?
This. Oh yeah. Who's looking for Nano. Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah.
So she enters the house and she looks at this,
Oh,
at
yeah.
Sakamoto, and it goes.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Homunculus.
She looks at Sakamoto, and she doesn't understand what is going on, and then she says homunculus.
Even that's a reference to before, when they were dressing up like ghosts or
Yeah,
something. Yeah, but dude, those are some good scenes. Yeah, like you didn't talk about the scene that killed you,
which scene?
the Daruma Otoshi.
Oh, that I put on the tweet, so I was like,
Yeah, but that
I
is
already.
another scene
But yeah,
that.
so basically, if you've seen the tweet, it's this Daruma Otoshi, which is basically a Daruma doll with discs in it, and you set it up, and you have to take a small hammer and hit
Mhm.
the the discs out, and the goal is to make the head touch the bottom without it falling off,
Yeah.
and that's when the game ends. And there's this one scene where Yuko takes the hammer and hits it real hard. It hits a table and then hits Mio in the back of the head, and she grabs it and immediately just whacks Yuko straight on the head.
Yeah, dude, the timing of that
Yuko
scene
falls
is
back, throwing
genius. Yeah.
the spirit is just there. My God, I shall try putting that in
Yeah,
editing as
you
well.
put
Make
that
sure
up.
this is
Dude,
okay. Also, can we talk about okay this science teacher? Okay,
yeah, the science teacher. Dude, the
this
Daruma
science
in the
teacher.
side, she thinks
Yeah.
it's
She
gonna
thinks
kill
it's
her.
like a surveillance device or attacking device of
Yeah.
some sort.
But yeah, what were you saying?
Okay, the science teacher is my favorite character, dude. She tries so hard to
Uh,
get a nano. She tries to tranquilize her. She tries to trick her. She tries to
yeah.
trap her. Everything goes wrong, and she's just sitting there. And in the end, when she tells Nano straight to her face, "Can I see the real you?" Nano is like, I don't. I think things should be normal. Girls dating girls is not a very good
Yeah,
thing, and she loses her mind over there.
yeah, I remember that part, the misinterpretation. Dude,
Yes.
I think that those scenes are very well done. Even always like every single time she tries to get Nano, the Nakanojo gets into trouble.
Yeah.
And even when she digs the hole and Nano falls into it, like her key like helps her.
Yeah, it
So it,
stops her from
it wouldn't have
falling
worked
down.
in the first
Yeah.
place. Yeah. She
It's
has
also, and then she even when she sees the professor, her face is filled with shock. Like this child is the
yeah.
professor. It's like I am teaching kids science. I am teaching them science, and I can't do something like that. And this kid is doing it. What the fuck?
She also thinks that the kid is a robot in
No,
the
but then
beginning.
afterwards, when they
Yeah,
call her
yeah,
professor,
yeah.
she's like, okay.
Yeah.
And also, it's really sad that Sakamoto, who is actually living with the kids instead of her.
Yeah.
But then again, if she saw him properly and didn't just think he was a homunculus, she might have recognized him.
Yeah, definitely. That was well planned because later they show how he used to treat him. Taisho, I think his
Yeah,
name was back then. Holy shit.
yeah. They do.
Giving a hot cup noodles to a cat. That's a
Yeah,
good
and
dinner.
yep, that it is. And also, speaking of Sakamoto, I love Sakamoto's voice actor. Sakamoto's
Oh,
voice actor is
very well done.
the best.
Yeah, very well done.
Amazing job, amazing job. For some reason, right? I checked it. It's not the same guy,
Huh.
but for some reason, it reminds me of the coach from Haikyuu,
The old guy or the young coach?
the young guy, the young
Oh,
coach.
okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah, they are similar. Yeah, if I
They're
think
very
about
similar, right?
it.
And I keep confusing every time I hear it. I'm like, huh, it's this guy, and then I'm like, okay, no, apparently it's completely different guys.
Hmm.
Also, making it sad for a bit. The original voice actor for the coach died. That's why they changed it for season 3.
What?
Yeah,
Dude, that is sad.
in season 3 of Haikyuu. So the original guy passed on after season 2, and they had to replace him. So
Oh
that's why
no.
if you watch the 2 seasons, you'll be able to figure out a
A
voice change.
change. Oh, damn. I didn't know that. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, sadness.
Hmm. See, I heard this, about voice acting. I heard this. Not gonna give any proof, but it's just what I found online when I was looking. So usually, in American shows and stuff, when they voice act, right? Like most
Yeah.
of them, I don't know if it's changed now. It's what I heard. Like usually, actors come one by one in booths and record, like on
Yeah.
individual mics. But apparently, for Japanese anime, all them actors are together in
Yeah,
a
they're
bunch of mics,
together.
and
Yeah.
they're all having fun in the scene and playing and voice
Yeah.
acting and reciting together. Which like it's a you can see it here, right? Like you can see their chemistry and everything with the characters
Yeah.
because they are watching it at the same time and reacting to it live and giving these. I think it works very well. That concept of acting together.
Yeah, of course. I think it just I don't know. America always has a way of doing things one by one, individually,
Mm-hmm.
rather than together as a group. But yeah. Okay. Also, one thing I must talk about before I forget, and I think this might be the last topic because we've talked about everything else actually. But yeah, the spaceship
Oh, I
adventures.
wanted to say that the Zeppelin, yeah, holy shit. The whole
Oh my
lore
god.
behind that, my
Yes.
god.
Okay, I will be
Yeah,
honest. First, I thought I had a wrong
yeah.
anime.
Yeah.
Okay, then I saw the art style was similar, so like okay, I have the right anime. Something's different. I thought okay, I have the wrong episode. I must have missed something
Yeah.
because why the hell do they go? Why the hell are they in a zeppelin in
Yeah,
space
yeah.
right at the start of an episode? It must have happened last episode. I missed it. I went back, checked it. Nope, they
Mhm.
were in a zeppelin in the middle of space. And the first one
The wood the cubo. That's what they call it.
is is about this guy who is trying to seize power from the emperor,
Yeah.
and he's successful, and he has his own soldiers, and he has a little cube, a wooden cube,
Mhm.
and then he captures the princess as well and takes her wooden cube. Except as he's about, and he says, with these two cubes, I become the strongest in the world. I can control the
Yeah.
world. Blah ha 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 ha. And then he takes a step towards her, falls down, and instantly dies.
I remember
and
that.
and all the people who were under the
Yeah, the
princess and then
numbers.
defected
Yeah,
to him and then defected back to now defect back to the
yeah.
princess by
Yeah.
screaming he may and she forgives them, but one guy finds the two cubes and he's like, oh, I must open the window and have a cigarette. Why he opens the window on a zeppelin, I will not understand.
I know
But he
that.
opens the window on a zeppelin and has a cigarette, and then his hand shakes and he pushes them down, and they go and land as the pigtails of Mio.
Yeah, dude. Every scene, the spaceship scene, every scene ends with something related to Mio in their class. Even the last scene, it's Mio herself falling on,
Yeah, Mio herself.
falling into
Yeah,
class.
I mean, the second one was pretty similar. It
Yeah,
wasn't there
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
too much change from the first one,
Hmm.
but the third one was beautiful.
Oh, dude. Third one was the second one was funny where they all had to show their own talents and she
Yeah, they had to
kept
show
like
their
dropping
talents.
them
Yeah,
off. Yeah, but the third one was like I think that's where they tied it up, but they did a
yeah.
very
Third
good
one
job.
was beautiful. It legit looked like a shonen manga where a bunch of good guys are trying to take out an insanely
Yeah,
overpowered
yeah.
bad guy. Oh my god, Mio was the bad guy. She just flicks people
Oh,
off,
dude.
burns the ground, destroys things in her sight. In fact, she's brought down because of her own problem. She makes a hole in the ground and then sends a guy tumbling so far across the corridor that he comes
Oh
from
yeah, he
behind and
comes
pushes
back
her
and
down.
yeah, dude. That
Oh my
I
god.
think that scene has been done so well. I think yeah,
Yeah.
that's a perfect close. And every single time that she falls, also the Yuko is like, oh, I need to go to the toilet. Oh, I guess I'll wait outside. I'll punish
Yeah.
myself, because she
Yeah.
always screams.
Yeah, she always screams and then she's like, Ohio!
Yeah, dude. The even the things that Yuko says, like to go off, like so, like in the beginning when she and Maya playing that game and she gets hit really hard, she's like, God,
Yeah.
he's dead. That
Yeah.
out randomly, and
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff like
lot
that.
of random, and the one where she's like super delicious, extra ultra bad. She says something
Yeah.
like that when things go. They have like these weird English phrases,
Oh,
but
also, I didn't know what Selamat Pagi
oh
was.
yeah, yeah, the
And then I
Indonesian.
learned Indonesian good morning and
Yeah.
the good afternoon and all that.
Dude, yeah, that's such a random insert.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Maybe there is a reason, but at least I didn't understand. But it still seemed like a random thing they used to say, like a
I
random
think
thing.
I think it's I think it can be explained very well in the fact that she's a child and she learned something new and
Yeah.
she wants to show it off and be cool and be like, oh, did you know this? Oh, Selamat Pagi, and they're all like, so she was expecting them to be like, what's that?
Yeah, yeah,
What is Selamat
exactly, yeah.
Pagi? But then they're like, Ohio.
Mm, Ohio.
She's like, hey, I know something. Ask me what it is.
Oh, dude, they ignore her a lot. Even when she's trying to
Yeah.
crack those Japanese puns and everything,
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
ignore her a lot. Sorry, yeah, those were. And dude, the backgrounds, holy shit. The background transition scenes.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful. Like they're so well done. Like just with this white noise and silence and a few things happening of like random daily life.
Yeah, the actual random daily life
Hmm.
One is just like they show. I remember this one was I was very impressed with it. They show like this apartment style
Mm-hmm.
of build, the one building with one row of apartments,
Yeah, yeah.
and one of them it's their balconies, and one of them has a top which is hanging
Oh,
out.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they keep showing that through the episode. In the last one, someone switches on a light, takes out the top,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I was
yeah. I
like,
remember.
damn, that looks so
That is
good.
so well done. It's the quality increases so much. And there are also some. You remember one with the overturned tap, like the
Yeah,
schools.
yeah,
Yeah, they have
yeah,
some. They have some like that, and there are also some random transitions, like the toast in the tissue box,
yeah. Oh my god.
and like the weird sun that looks like the coronavirus now,
In my,
because we're in 2020. It repeats a lot. You know the sun I'm talking about that does
yeah,
have that shape. It always reminded me of that when I saw it.
yeah,
But those transitions are very, it's a good show, dude. Like I think most people who haven't seen the show and they'll be like, yo, these guys are just saying I like this, I like that, this scene was funny, that scene was
yeah.
funny.
They're probably, this is going to be like one of our worst episodes because nobody's going to understand
Yeah,
shit.
nobody's gonna say, but the thing is like it's such a it's such a good show, like, and people who
Yeah, it's
watched it will
very hard to
it's
put it
very
in
hard to
words.
like we're trying, and like people who've seen Nichijou will understand every scene we talk about, right? That'll make
Yeah,
sense to
yeah.
them. But those who haven't, like, even if you're this far, please like go and watch it. Why you
Watch it,
still
come
here?
back, and we'll be
Yeah,
making sense.
yeah, we make more sense.
Right now, what we're saying is gibberish, but then
It's
you watch it and you
gibberish.
come back, it's
Yeah,
all going to make
it's
sense.
all it's very hard to describe, like, visual comedy like that,
Yeah, it's
because
fully visual comedy. You just need to
yeah, you just need
be
to watch
watching
it
it.
and do
The
it.
expressions, the animations, the way it
Oh,
changes,
dude,
oh,
there's so much
beautiful.
to talk about. Yeah, like, dude, the animation is so well done. Like the quality, like it's so beautiful. Like, see, I don't need like visually realistic styles and stuff. For me, like animation
Yeah,
is basically how it moves. It's the movement, the timing, and everything, right? It's not how the
yeah,
characters look. And it's like almost like they were almost flexing. Kyoto Animation was like, see, this is how good we can animate if we want to, right? Because they used
yeah,
to, like, even like the normal, like this, not like the Sakuga scenes or like the scenes where they used to go crazy. Even the standard scenes, like, they were so well done. They were done better than like normal anime is done.
yeah,
Like they were done with such high production quality. And when the production quality increased during the Sakuga scenes, like they did for Konosuba, like whenever Megumin used to like use her spell, they
yeah,
used
yeah.
to
Use
like
a
increase the, like,
explosion.
yeah, they did this here like so much more and better in so many
Yeah,
ways, right? I don't think they compromised on anything. I think they went all out for this.
yeah. They
But
definitely went all out for it. It was a job well done. It was
it
really
was a
really
job
well
very
done.
well done. I think the director is Ishihara Tatsuya, from what I see for Kyoto Animation, and like no, like because we've seen the manga, we've read the manga and seen the anime, like transitioning that into this
It's hard.
crazy
It's very
visual
hard.
form, like because the manga usually manga helps anime a lot, because you see a lot of manga they imitate the scenes exactly in the anime and
Yeah,
they like replicate it, just add action, but in Nichijou anime, don't you think it adds so much more? It adds so much more, so much more than the manga does, right? Visually and
yeah,
everything. Not only the voices and the music, the things that anime adds, but like to the
yeah,
story, it adds so much more than the manga does. Like all these scenes that we talked about, all these like crazy, funny scenes, like
yeah.
there's so much more that's added onto it in the anime that elevates it to another level, don't you think?
Definitely, the anime
Hmm.
definitely adds a lot, especially audio. Audio is just such a groundbreaking thing for this
Oh
compared to the
yeah,
manga.
definitely.
Audio makes it. Animation is obviously
Mm-hmm.
increases the enjoyability of watching it because
Mm-hmm.
everything is so smooth and so
Yeah.
transitions so well. It's really cool. Also, it just struck my mind suddenly. One of the things I liked. Remember, I said they call back a lot of cool things.
Mm-hmm.
The last episode or second last, I don't remember, but the science teacher comes to Nano's house and then
Yeah.
she's trying to escape sneakily, and then she jumps onto a tube of super glue which
Oh
the
yeah,
professor
super
made
cool.
back in the day,
Yeah. I remember that. Yes. Holy shit. And by
and she
the
gets caught on that.
she's totally covered in it by the end.
Yeah,
Oh my god. Yeah, and she's Biscuit too. Remember Biscuit too? That
yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
robot.
Biscuit to the
Oh my.
robot. Yeah,
Who lives on biscuits apparently.
yep.
That seemed like a callback to Frankie, who lives on cola.
Cola. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah. but that was see, these things are yeah. I think you'll just have to watch the show to appreciate
Yeah,
how
you
fucking
definitely have to. You
genius it
just have
is,
to watch the show.
how well it's
Don't be
done.
like Audie. Audie didn't watch the show.
Yeah.
Audie is a hater.
Audie has been
So
randomly flicking something in his hand. It's been like kind of distracting. But anyways, I'm gonna try not to look at that. But yeah, dude, like you know, like I don't think I can. Have we seen gag anime like this before? No, right? Nothing.
Reborn. Reborn is gag, but we never
Not.
watched it. We just read
Yeah,
it.
and it's not gag to this level.
Oh no, Reborn starting was definitely gag.
Yeah, the starting, but later it becomes very serious.
Later
Hmm.
they changed the
Yeah, they change the
whole
genre, right?
thing.
Hmm.
Yeah,
No, but yeah, dude, but this was pretty enjoyable for some. I don't know if I would have
very
enjoyed.
enjoyable.
Yeah, I think I'll still read the manga later on, but I'm not sure if I'll enjoy
Yeah, I think you'll
it as
enjoy the
much.
anime better than the manga. I'm
Yeah,
not someone who suggests. I never
yeah, that is
suggest
very
this.
true. Bru never say what's the anime
Yeah,
over the manga.
I
Yeah,
follow the Calvin and Hobbes philosophy where you attach your own voices, you attach your own
exactly.
everything
Hmm.
to the characters. But holy shit, this anime is so well done. I just can't.
Yeah, they've done a very good job with it. Like
Yeah.
this is like our Kimino Now episode. You know, all we are saying is yes, this is good, this is amazing.
There's
Oh, this
nothing
was
wrong with
funny.
absolutely nothing wrong with
Yeah, I
it.
was
There's
gonna
nothing they
ask
could
you
have done
like,
better.
yeah,
There's nothing
exactly.
there's a lot they could have done worse. There's a
Oh yeah,
lot
there's
they
a
could have done
lot.
a lot
Yeah.
worse. Also, I like the first starting song better than the second starting
Oh
song.
yeah, the openings, the first opening, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the different like it goes. It's like the Bohemian
Yeah,
Rhapsody of
it goes
openings. Yeah,
all over the place.
the
Yeah.
tone keeps changing. Like it's like
Yeah.
in its own episode. You know, like it's so
Yeah.
long, but it's
But I like the
enjoyable.
first one more than the second one. Second one
First
seems very
opening,
for me.
yeah, first opening and second ending. I really like the second ending.
Yeah,
It's
second
like
ending is
this.
pretty good.
It's like this
Doesn't the second ending
overhead.
change
Yeah,
constantly?
it keeps changing the song, but the
Yeah,
visual is like this
visual is
overhead
good.
view of like all of them returning home. I think through the
Yeah, yeah,
train
yeah.
in the fields in like this residential area. So it's visually very beautiful, and I think like that's Kyoto Animation's strength. I think Kyoto Animation creates like visually beautiful anime and manga, and I
Yeah,
think
but the
that
first starting the intro was not only visually good, but also really the song was really good. The
yeah,
first one.
the song was the song was mind blowing. Yeah, I did like the first song, and I don't remember which, but I did like one of the I think the earlier ones of the second ending, the earlier songs of the second for the first few
Yeah,
episodes. Yeah, I did like
yeah, they
those.
changed constantly.
Yeah, but the songs were as crazy as the show. I'll tell you that the openings
Yeah,
for
that's true.
Nichijou are as crazy as the show.
Very apt, very fit for
Very
Nichijou.
fit,
It's
yeah.
beautifully done.
The like Kyoto
The
Animation.
chaos was just there. The chaos was
It's
everywhere.
the thing about Nichijou is it has these moments of chaos switched in with these moments of like silence, like silence
Yeah, and
with these
calm,
scenes,
full
yeah.
calm.
Just nothing, just white noise playing, like birds flying or like, just like you said, the scene where she like the top hanging and she takes it in, or like them just
Yeah,
standing in the lift, like it's
my
so
God.
strange, but I don't know how we enjoyed this. But they like
It's
those
very
backgrounds.
enjoyable.
You see, like Kyoto Animation has done shows like Violet Evergarden, which I saw when it released. Like it's like an
Yeah,
absolutely like the show looks crazy. It looks too good. Basically, it looks too good to be anime.
that's nice.
Yeah. So you really see their skill, even though Violet Evergarden came out later. You really see their background skill. Like they do it so well. Like it's actually
Yeah,
something you can like appreciate.
of course.
It like see there are gag manga where you can just have characters do silly things and but like I think here they went
Doraemon.
what yeah
Doraemon.
yeah exactly but here they went I think they gave us more than we wanted. Gags were an important part of the show, but there were so many other things that brought it together.
It felt more like a slice of life
Yeah,
anime which
exactly.
had comedy included in it. Not
Yeah.
as a comedy anime that had slice of life included in it.
Exactly. Yeah, they had a lot of slice of life elements, with these characters like Nano, like the robot, always wanted to go
Yeah,
knowing like how it is to be human. She always wanted to be human and
yeah,
she was trying all along and she felt bad for it, right? They
yeah.
have they and I really like Mai as a character, how she doesn't care
Yeah,
about
my
shit. Dude.
my reminded me of you for some reason.
Yeah, that's why I liked her a lot. I
Yeah,
could relate. She doesn't give a fuck
because
about anything.
because every time something happens, my is just like,
Yeah, she doesn't react. Dude, the first scene with Maya and her dogs where she throws the frisbee and then she shoots it. I lost
yeah,
my mind. That was funny. I didn't expect that at all. Those and both those actions individually make sense, right? You shoot like you
yeah,
shoot the
shoot something
frisbees when
and
you're practicing, and then you
yeah,
also give the writing to mix them up is like really genius, like really well
yeah.
done. Yeah, and each sketch it's just a really well planned, really well written like Japanese comedy show. I think you
And
should.
it takes like very normal things in life and turns them extraordinary in very weird ways.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which
Like
is
the deer suplex special mention. It can't go. The episode can't mentioning
yeah,
the
deer
deer
suplex.
suplex properly.
Holy shit.
Like I'm sure it's common for animals to come into a school, right? Because
Yeah,
I've had that happen in my school as well. But then the idea that a principal would suplex the damn thing to take it out and make it a pet
yeah,
is
dude.
just
No,
that requires some thinking. I
that
must say that
requires
requires
some
a
thinking,
different type of
definitely.
genius.
No, those see that's what I appreciate like about Japanese shows and a few movies and stuff that I watch, right? Is that they take like they take normal lives of people, like normal stories like people are doing, and they like just turn it up like a notch, like a slight notch,
Yeah,
add a tinge of weirdness to it that like makes it go crazy, but not too crazy where you don't know what's happening.
yeah,
Like, and like even if I don't see it as a funny show, I mentioned before, and I see it like as I see it like technically as animation, as piece. If we see directing and cinema and storyboards and shots and everything, it still holds its ground. It's still a really,
yeah.
really
Everything is
fucking well
top
made
notch.
show. Yeah, like
Everything is top notch.
the story is well done. Like the scenes that we talked of, like some scenes, like they can be movie level scenes. Like I told you,
Yeah,
like the elevator shot and all these like small skits,
yeah,
like the amusement. Like these skits are so well planned. Like so much effort was put into this.
yeah. I'm sure the author was working with the
Oh,
animation studio because
definitely.
it doesn't seem like the animation studio alone can come up with this much because the style of comedy is very unique, right? So I think she must have had a hand to play with
Oh,
the
definitely.
creation of
The
the anime.
mangaka did have a it did have a
Yeah,
it sounds like it did, because otherwise, because I think even you were saying the Helvetica stand, all those were extra this thing, right? There's one part of the
yeah,
main manga.
yeah.
What does that what you were saying? Because you read a few more, right?
I don't remember right now actually. Been too long, but yeah. But I'm sure there must have been some this thing. Also, all the random short thoughts that show up
Oh
is
yeah.
that supposed to be the author talking to the audience?
I don't know, yeah, but there were a lot of like random thoughts. Like even in I remember once you was like, "Oh, I've been more extroverted this year," or some things like that, like random things that
Yeah,
come up. I remember
yeah,
that.
random things.
They have a lot during the word of the day also.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
those.
God.
Yeah, those are. There are some interesting this, but I don't remember. I don't remember all the scenes because there are so many. Like each episode is like this crazy collection of like tons of skits, right?
Yeah.
I can't, dude. Like, how did they put in? I think it's actually pretty clever. How like to have so many like running jokes and gags at the same time.
Seamless.
I
Yeah,
don't know what
it's
to
really hard.
say.
The way they do
Yeah,
it
I don't
is
know how to
just
describe it.
very well handled, very well planned, and very
Dude,
well
there's so much going on,
executed.
and everything still relates back to each other. Like it's not like they're just random things that it's everything is like it's crazy.
It has some plot, some point to play in the story.
Yeah, everything has some point to play. Which like
Even though the story is kind of lackadaisical, it's just like there. It's just like it's supposed to be ordinary, but
the story is just their lives. That's Nichijou, right?
yeah,
Their life, their ordinary
that's all.
lives. Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah,
The way story is, it's fine. Doesn't have to
yeah.
be a thriller or anything. Well, they've done really well. They've taken multiple genres of anime and just writing in general, and they made it work so well.
Yeah, and like even the Go Soccer Club and all these like weird things,
Yeah,
right? Like the match that they have, with these weird
yeah,
positions. Like it's so random, but then everything is like tied in because in the beginning you're like, what is Go Soccer? And you're like, oh yeah, I play Go Soccer. And this,
Yeah.
and every character is like related to some other character, like in some way,
Yeah.
which is it's that I can just appreciate the show and nothing else.
Yep. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Hmm.
Weeb101 recommends 100%.
Weeb101 recommends Nichijou, and if
Should
you
101, we should be saying Weeb101 recommends 101%. 101%.
yeah 101%. Sorry, that's what we're gonna start saying now.
Yeah, I know,
101%
right?
we recommend Nichijou.
Okay, any suggestions based on Nichijou? Something
Dude.
similar? I'd say Reborn is a good one.
Reborn is a good one. I saw
Katekoshi Hitman Reborn.
yeah, Katekoji Hitman Reborn is a good one. And I saw the guy Keiichi Arawa, the guy the mangaka.
Huh?
One sec. I saw this thing. It has another manga called City Life, I think,
Okay.
which is apparently another gag manga.
Okay.
Which apparently I haven't checked it out, but I'd say you can
Well,
check
that's our
that out.
recommendation anyway.
Yeah.
We'll check it out as well. And Konosuba. Konosuba
Oh,
should
definitely watch Konosuba. But if you've reached here and not gotten bored with us talking about random shit, go watch Nichijou. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
I'll
I
say
know,
it
right? You
again.
should watch Nichijou.
Yeah. This was one of
Anyway.
those episodes where we keep appreciating things and just laughing and talking about scenes that we
Yep.
like.
One of those rare ones. It doesn't happen all the time.
No,
I
it
think.
doesn't. No, because so old shows that we've already seen, we already discussed it, right? And we're just
Yeah.
talking about more things that we like points. But Nichijou is fresh because we both haven't discussed as much about Nichijou, about every scene
Yeah,
and
you
stuff,
had like
right?
one talk about that's it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's also like us talking about scenes that we like, basically.
Yeah.
But
Okay. What's our next episode? Sid, this is a surprise for me as well. So
no, it's not. You remember? I told this
I do
before.
not remember.
Our next episode is fan requested. Put the comment over here.
Oh,
It's
Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga. There goes Bruce stealing my line again.
Yeah, sorry, I got too excited.
Yeah,
It was just there
but
at the end. So I just...
yeah, Vinland Saga. I've seen the first season of the anime, and I'll check out the manga. Bru
I
will
will start
do.
reading the manga from today. Hopefully, we can catch up and.
Hopefully, we can catch up.
How many chapters is it?
I have no idea, but we'll check it out and let you know. Also,
Vinland Saga.
we may have some. I think this is the end of the year, right? Yeah, this is.
Yes, this is.
Yeah,
the
so
end
Merry
of the year.
Christmas if you're watching this during Christmas.
Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
exactly. It's a good episode to watch. It's a good time to watch Nichijou. No, but I think we may be doing some special live streams. Hush, hush.
Maybe.
Yes, that we are planning to do. So look out for those in between. And if those don't come out, you'll have Vinland Saga before or after that, definitely.
Oh, Vinland Saga is long.
How much?
175.
175 is
Yeah,
not bad. We can do that.
175 chapters.
Yeah, we can do that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Anyway, that is it for this episode of Weeb101 of Nichijou.
Nichijou.
I hope you had fun. I hope you loved Nichijou.
Yes.
I hope you watched all the recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
We've already said our names. I'm Bru, he's Sid,
Yes,
all that
yes.
stuff. And we shall see you in the next episode of Weeb101.
Yes, we should
Goodbye.
see you. Goodbye. Ciao, ciao. End it.